Hola, buenas a todos y bienvenidos a mi canal. Y estamos aquí otro día más con nuestro amiguísimo, el final fantástico 16. O ya 16 finales fantásticos. ¡Hala! A proseguir. Le voy a poner el teclado aquí por si los gatetes quieren dormir. Hace un calor de la hostia así poner aire acondicionado ya, tío. ¡Hala! A disfrutar. Yo quería hablar aquí con gente.
I learn something new. You'll be the first to know. Now off you go.
Ah, my favorite pupil.
Clases de Vivian.
Allow me
¿Puedes tener
to
más
educate
clases?
you.
Oh, este está guapo.
Once more? Very well.
Bueno, vamos a ver esto otra vez para recordar. Aunque ya nos quedó claro, pero...
Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind.
La verdad es que estaban en guerra. Por
The
mucho que
Holy
tarden en actuar.
Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
Claro, los de la izquierda tenían a Siva, pero ahora que no tienen a Siva, no tienen a nadie. Igual. Ahora que lo pienso, la madre, ¿no?
Here's the latest information I have.
Qué guapo esto, ¿eh? Puño. Oye, esto me parece una pasada, ¿eh? Está muy guapo esto, ¿eh? Aquí tenemos, si vamos al pasado, amiga la infancia, Clay en el seno de la familia de los territorios del norte. El señal de paz para asegurar que su nación no bebéis alzados en armas contra el ducado. Ah, fue en plan como el Centreyo y más o menos. El cachorrete. Que bebe mucho el Juego de Tronos esto, ¿eh? Son inseparables, eran inseparables, hasta que... Vale, pues nada, amigos, mejores amigos. Era el protector. Me hace gracia que ponga aquí el protector y que no ponga que era, poner aunque sea hermano, ¿sabes? Hermano y protector, o sea, no sé. Las zanahorias no me gustan tantos. Vale. Aquí está el matrimonio con esta zorra. Desprecia a Clive porque no tiene al este, al Fénix, y vamos, una cerquita de sangre. Aquí está el Rodney, que me caía muy bien. Y estos también, el Sir Wade y el Sir Tyler. Y aquí está Ambrosia. Pero Ambrosia no se sabe nada de ella, ¿no? La salva a costa de perder un ojo, claro, perdí un ojo, pero no lo hemos vuelto a ver. Yo creo que saldrá a futuro este. Esta la noche las llamas. Lo mismo. Aquí. Claro, la cosa aquí. Claro, realmente veía este, pero al final era él mismo. Lo que pasa es que luego el hijo puta de Yoshida juega con tu cabeza con esto y porque sale Joshua, pero porque tiene una capa, pero este realmente vimos luego que es que realmente era como el mismo. Luego está de aquí a aquí la batalla de Nisa. Estos dos luchan, la salva, se revela, objetivo batir al Tiamat, que es el que, con el que estaba él, madre e hijo. Vale, nada, este que está muerto. ¿Por qué están estos aquí? La batalla de Nisa. Ah, estos están muertos, lo que no sé por qué salen aquí. Ah, bueno, porque no se sabe qué ha pasado, pero vamos, este se envolvió en las llamas y estos también, estos están muertos. Este es que no se sabe nada. Y luego por aquí está lucha contra Icons, Titán y tal. Aquí han puesto en plan, no se sabe qué tenían. Están un poquito liados con Benedicta. Señor y sirvienta, el rey este. El reino de Upaloe. Aquí la República de Almequia, que es lo de abajo izquierda que tiene estos. Claro, y estos realmente de dónde vienen. Estos son los del este. Es que claro, esto es lo que me raya. Políticamente estos no sé dónde están. Señor y sirviente. Vale, estos son los de Waloed. Waloed, Dalmequia. Florida de Cid. Sacro, estos son del Imperio. Diamante está muerta. Oso está, no se sabe. Está la cura. Este es su sirviente, el Gerulf este. Rumbo a Bastión Norband. El amigo del Cid, que es el Gap, que me cae muy bien. Ay, joder, perdón. La cólera de Garuda. Absorbe el poder, tal. Y aquí es cuando se va la puta. Lucha que se va a la mierda. Y este también muere aquí. Muere. Y muere. Ah, aquí sale. Ah. Vale, esto es lo que me faltaba a mí por saber. Que digo, aquí hay algo que no me cuadra. Vale, entonces este pavo tal cual, el rey, es el que tiene a Odín. Vale, pues ya me cuadra todo. Ah, porque vimos a este que sí, este sabíamos que era el del imperio. Este tiene el Bahamut. Toda la archiduquesa esta. Claro, lo de la izquierda del todo realmente fue una parte del imperio. Lo que pasa es que lo han puesto como separado. Pero realmente eso es del imperio. A no ser que haya alguien más que no conozcamos ahí, yo qué sé, ¿sabes? Vale, o sea que este tiene a Bahamut, el chambelán. Vale. Y este, entonces este es Odín. Vale, 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 vale. O sea que nos queda Titán, Odín, Bahamut. O sea, las tres grandes potencias ahora mismo son estas tres. O Bahamut, aquí está la madre, ya miras tú qué va a pasar aquí, ¿sabes? Rescate sobre las aguas. El ducado que fue. Pues está en matrimonio. ¿Y aquí qué pasa con esto? Ya sabemos que estos atacan a estos. Pero de esta no sabemos nada qué pasó aquí. Pues la chica esta. Creo que el Margrace este es este. Viajan juntos. Vale, esto es lo que yo quería saber. El emperador es el otro que vimos. El saca imperio que hace al trono respaldado por el poder de su hijo Dion, dominante de Bahamut. La tuzorra madre está casada con el pavo este. Este es el hijo. Cardenal Supremo. Que es el que vimos. Antiguos amantes, correcto. Y este sí, ¿no? No, ¿dónde está Cid? Digo de Cid. Ah, coño, aquí está. Digo, ¿dónde coño está Cid, sabes? Este dice un misterioso ser, pero este sí que lo conocía, porque dice, sé quién eres si no tendrás lo que necesitas. Está guapo, Leicon, ¿eh? A mí me flipa el diseño que le han metido, ¿no? Ahora aquí se va un poco esto a la puta, ¿eh? De repente, ya se sabe que estos dos que viajaban juntos, aquí está Joshua. Lo salva. Intenta reclamarlo con receptáculo, claro, porque este por lo que sabemos no tiene cuerpo el Artema este. Y como que quiera este porque así puede dominar como todas las potencias. Porque parece que este tiene el poder de conseguir todas las potencias. Y este no se sabe nada. Misterioso ser que se muestra ante Clive, pero se toda la cabeza de dragón dirigido a él como mito. Trata a su cuerpo como receptáculo, pero Clive logra resistir en su embate y se revela contra él antes de caer inconsciente. Poco después Joshua aparece y lo sella en su propio pecho. Claro, es lo que me hace gracia, que lo sella dentro de él. Que ahora pasan 5 años, tío. Aliados. Víctor. Ah, vale. Mejores amigos, viajan juntos, esto van a acabar liados. Su archienemigo por lo que pasó en la guarida. Y este lo busca. Realmente aquí, claro, realmente este busca a Cid, pero Cid está muerto. Entonces, claro, este como se ha hecho pasar a por Cid, intenta vengar a Cid. Quiere vengarse de este hijo de puta por tal. Y aquí estamos, Cid 2. Está muy guapo. Estos tracks me parece muy chulo lo que han hecho aquí. Para que tengas un poco de tal. ¡Hostia!
Here you are.
¡Hostias! Joder, mi madre. ¡Hostia! Ante el exceso de las tierras estigias que obliga a cada vez más roseños a rebuscar refugio en la capital, el archivo que Erwin resuelve tomar las armas para recuperar el hábito del dragón en manos del reino de hierro. El hábito del dragón era lo que está a la izquierda, lo que vimos, ¿no? El hábito del dragón es la piedra esta gigante que hay aquí. Sin embargo, la tradición dicta que el gobierno del Fénix debe escuchar relaciones al centro del pórtico del Fénix antes de cada batalla. Antes de la batalla, entonces ahí se fue un poco a la puta. El reino de hierro. Estos van aquí. La toman, ¿no? Toman esto. Y estos son los de Rosalind. Este va aquí al Marcial, que es donde hace tal. Aquí está la historia de Clive, uno el pórtico tal. El Gran Ducado de Rosaria es todo esto. Territorio del Norte. Antaño albergó el cristal madre del ojo del dragón. O sea que aquí también había un ojo de estos. Ah, o sea que se fue a la mierda este de aquí. Vale. Aquí está otra cabeza de dragón, que es esta. Vale. Vale, pues el siguiente. La noche de las llamas. Aquí vemos como el Sacro Imperio viene. Nos traiciona la madre, la hija de puta. Está muy bien esto para ver todo lo que ha pasado. Bajo dominio imperial, claro, ahora todo esto es del dominio imperial. El imperio la verdad es que se ha hecho por un cacho bastante grande. La verdad, claro, yo estaba diciendo eso, pero claro, el reino del hierro ahora tiene este de aquí, pero no tienen como tal a nadie. Claro, yo no sé por qué pensaba que la madre se había unido con esto, pero no, la madre, como hemos visto luego antes, se unió con el imperio, que por esto está casada y tal ahí. Pero claro, estos pavos, esto va a ser fácil retomar, porque esto aquí no tienen nada. O sea, una vez que vayamos a consigamos la piedra hasta que está aquí, estos van a caer, pero vamos de lo lindo. Más que por lo visto son como muy buenos luchadores, pero claro, ahora que no tienen asiva. Yo qué sé, nada, aquí se ve cómo llegan estos. Ahora estos dos se están peleando. Para que claro, estos se pelean con estos se pelean con estos de aquí. Y estos se pelean con estos de aquí. O sea que claro, ellos están peleándose, mucho abarcan, pero ya verás tú. Vale, ahí hay Nisa. Aquí te dicen eso, ¿no? Vale. El reino de hierro tiene como todas estas costas. Básicamente son como los Greyjoys. Aquí están peleando y tal, aquí es donde se luchan, aquí está este patán, no sé qué, estos les piden ayuda, claro, les piden ayuda, pero oye, Imperio, ¿vienes a ayudarnos contra estos? Rumbo a Bastión Norvald. Esto va de la guarida. Se viene para acá. Viene para acá. Espías. A Benedicta realmente sabemos que eran estos, que eran espías del apartado ese. Lo que pasa es que, claro, estaba liada un poco con esto y estaba liada con el rey de aquí. Y los espías se retiran y estos van para los huracanes. Los huracanes sucede aquí justo. Luego estos se van a la guarida y aquí está la batalla esta que vemos de Bahamut y Odín. Estrecho de Auta. Guerra de conquista. Defensa de Sanbreque. Claro, porque les atacan ellos a estos. Ahora han visto que están un poco debilitados. Realmente es que estos, si no llegan a irse para aquí para capturar esta de aquí, están un poco jodidos. Es que claro, como estos eran pasivos de todas las guerras, estos cogieron y se aprovecharon, porque estos podían haber ido directamente y aprovecharse, ¿sabes? Vale. Luego, ¿esto qué era? Rescate sobre las aguas. Vale, aquí es cuando viene y tal, ejército imperial. Luego se van estos otra vez al pórtico del Fénix. Del pórtico del Fénix viene aquí, la purga está a los cojones porque los de Rosaria atacan aquí. Claro, creemos, o sea, por lo que entiendo yo, que está ahora gobernando esta Rosaria. El padre, o sea, el esposo está aquí, pero bueno, ahora ya está en el sur, pero la esposa estaba aquí en Rosalia, por lo que nos estuvieron contando. Y aquí ir hoy al viaje, ¿no? En plan... Los de Dalmequia que vienen aquí y se follan la guarida y nosotros nos vamos para acá, hacemos esto. Un nuevo imperio. Y en este transcurso de estos años, que es lo que no sabemos nada, cambiaron la guarida aquí, al lado este. Y ahora, claro, desde ahí podemos operar y estamos viendo ahora aquí. Estos están intentando atrapar a Cid poco a poco y estos están aquí pues chanchullando para ver. O sea, el siguiente paso va a ser acabar con Darle. Pero habrá que ver. Claro, lo guay es que no sabemos aún nada de Odín como tal, ¿eh? No sabemos nada de Odín. Y de esto sí que sabemos, parece que el hijo es como muy caprichoso tal, pero el padre es un hijo de puta. Yo fíjate tú, que yo creo que vamos a acabar con estos. Los Greyjoy y estos, no sé muy bien, que parecen los tontos, o sea, no sé. Los salvajes. Y yo creo que vamos a acabar antes con estos tontos que con los de Odín, ¿eh? Fíjate tú. Pero claro, aún así nos falta un icon. Aún así nos faltaría un icon. Como los... Hostia, claro. Claro, nosotros hemos dicho lo de Siva. Pero claro, ¿por qué estos no atacan a las islas estas? Puede que a lo mejor estos tengan un icon de agua. Porque claro, ¿sabes? Nos dijeron lo de los elementos. Entonces, hay un icon que no sabemos aún cuál es. Pero a lo mejor los hijos de puta estos del hierro, esto es difícil de reclamar porque aquí tienen el icon del agua. Puede ser, ¿eh? Puede ser, ¿eh? Esto está muy guapo. Me parece esto una puta maravilla. Me alegro que hayan metido esto porque aquí puedes ver un poco todo. Puedes ver un poco todo y tal. Y
one must understand one's place in the world.
Está increíble.
Very
una maravilla. Por menos para que hemos hablado con esta, porque ayer no hablé. Muy chulo esto, ¿eh? Muy chulo. Joder. Menudo juegazo, tío. Vale, no sé qué más habrá.
Staying long this time?
Sí, me queda más tiempo.
Everyone seems so happy to see us. It's good to be home.
Estos se van a comer la boca de aquí a mañana, vamos. O morirá. Mira, aquí está esto para...
Hither yon dance autumn winds atop the rotten peel. Of Sid's return the faithful sing across the blighted mere.
Vale, tenemos que ir a hablar con el pavo este, pero antes
Does that one have blood on it?
me interesaría... Ah, mira, aquí está esto, que por ahora nada. ¿Tienes algo interesante que comprar?
Well, don't just stand there gawping.
Vimos ayer que no, ¿no?
Down.
Es que tengo la fulmecia, que no me gusta una puta mierda, que es el arma de los icons, pero es que no me mola nada visualmente. El arma, como queda, pero bueno.
Is that all?
Lo que yo quería preguntarle, que me lo dejé ayer, es
And
que
what
esto,
can I
preguntas sobre la
do for
guarida
you?
nueva y qué pasa en los últimos 5 años.
Well, you won't hear me complaining.
La verdad que la otra, eso desde luego, acaba muy bien. Ah, vale, parece que no hay diálogos para preguntas como esto. Sí,
The only drawback.
siempre hay jaleos si no se trata de Doris y otro. Creo que es el único texto del juego que tienes que leer.
Still,
Vale, y luego sobre los últimos 5 años. Pasan 5 años desde aquello, el tiempo vuela.
I remember
los
it
juegos,
like
siempre
it
ahí
was
estamos
yesterday.
con el arma en vilo, guardando el regreso triunfal de Zico apareció Kuka y sus fantoches. Tampoco sabíamos de quién se trataba en aquel momento, pero de repente rajaban todo lo que pillaban. Recuerdo que en aquel infierno de sangre y acero escuché una voz clara, nítida, que clamaba a Cid implorándole que nos salvara. Nunca olvidaré esos gritos.
you're our leader
Clive,
now,
ahora por el
Clive.
Cid. Prométeme que no dejarás que esa tragedia vuelva a ocurrir. Prométeme que pase lo que pase, nos salvarás. He de decir que para mí, de todos los finals, creo que este es el mejor Cid. Me ha encantado.
Clive, you're back. You didn't happen to run out of potions.
Este me
while you were
recuerda a
away, did you?
Odor.
We've
Ya
a
al principio
fine
cuando lo
selection
ves
of
y tal,
tonics
no
and
sé.
tinctures. Oh, perhaps you'd be interested in some new accoutrement. Couldn't.
I hear a new ship that's just...
Esta es como tu habitación, ¿no? Colección, ¿esto qué es? ¡Hostia! No jodas. Oh, mira, se llevó esto, es verdad. Qué grande el juramento que hizo con Cid. Muy bonito, tío. O sea, que aquí vas a poder decorar mierdas y tal. No, sí. Me parece un juego agarrable. Está muy chulo, tío. Me mola mucho esto como base. El barco volador encima,
Clive,
no tiene nada nuevo, ¿no? Un mes y a los cojones.
anything
Lo que
else?
sí que te quiero preguntar sobre lo
Ok,
mismo,
ya.
sobre la forja.
Things here
No
ain't
me
too
quejo de
bad.
mi yuque, más espacio que nunca y un aprendiz que al menos sabe por dónde coger si cogen vacío. Por si fuera poco el fuelle, decir, me mantiene las fraguas a la temperatura que quiero sin tener que usar cristales. Tampoco es que he sido de mucho aquí en medio de las tierras estrechas. No vas a encontrar una forja igual en toda lista y me siento afortunado de poder trabajar aquí gracias por una oportunidad. Bueno, ya sabes, si quieres que te haga algún apaño, tú tráeme los materiales y ya me echaré olvidado del resto. Venga ya, es que
You
lo has
forgot
olvidado
because I
porque
haven't.
no costó sangre, sudor y lágrimas volver a construir todo lo que tenía y sus hombres nos arrebataron. Bueno, los que ayudamos a levantar la antigua guarida ya estábamos acostumbrados.
Still,
Pero eso no quiere decir que tenga ganas de hacerlo otra vez.
back to work then.
¿Y por aquí qué hay?
This plank will have to be replaced.
Nearly half the crates were lost to bandits.
Está muy chulo esto, Más grande la guarida esta, tío. Y lo que dicen que de aquí se puede ver si viene alguien para escapar. Tuvieran que escapar. Vale. Esto es como una escuela, ¿no? y ahí imagino que está en la plantación. Esto no quiero ir luego, para que supongo. Seguramente nos pasen alguna misión secundaria para ver esto. Tampoco. Prohibido paso, si te lo digo a ti, mangurrián. ¿De quién será? Ah, vale.
No, perhaps I should just have Blackthorn make me.
Vale, vamos para allá. El mitrillo, un mineral de leyenda. Como la biblioteca, ¿no? Ah, aquí está este.
Norseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same. But alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at
Sí, a ver,
Drakestead.
cuéntame.
But without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
Ahí está Talia.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Not a Stolas. All right. I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
¿Verdad? Esta también tiene la cicatriz. Se ha quitado la gente.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Once the hall's swept, it's over to the tavern.
Hola, mi amor.
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
¿Oh, sí? Ah, esto está guapo. El ejército republicano marcha hacia Twinside para dejarle las cosas claras al Imperio y los petrosoldados de Kupka se han reunido con él en la capital. Sí. Vale, o sea que parece que se van a pegar un poco de hostias el imperio con estos, con los de Dalmekia. Curioso, curioso.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
¡Ojo! ¡Míralo! Este está en el norte ahora.
And so the north is lost.
I knew that the blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Si ha desaparecido, habrá que ir a por ella. Tiempos oscuros. El Imperio contraataca.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
Something has happened to Martha. We need to speak with her.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Pues puta, esto lo de la caza, quiero verlo, cabrón. Vale. ¿Dónde tengo los libertadores? ¿Dónde están los libertadores? Libertadores. Vale, está ahí. Lo que pasa es que hay una misión por allá. En el puerto. Quiero verlo. Ahí.
Damn blighted bilge.
Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Arbea, brea, pulibrea. Sí. Han subido de nivel los enemigos también.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth.
Lo que sigo sin saber realmente es con el tema de la pasta y cómo hacer.
I can't imagine Obelus needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Me voy a gustar jugar en difícil directamente, la verdad.
Waken winds!
No, porque a mí me da que solo vamos a poder tener 4 equipadas igual, 4 de estas. Vas a tener que elegir cuál quieres tener equipada. La vida de Ramu no me ha molado mucho, la verdad. No me ha molado mucho. Pues seguramente la Ramu variará.
Finish with that lot. That's it. Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Yo te ataque entonces. Calma. O más ataque. Ataque, ataque. Bueno, vamos para allá, para la historia, ¿no?
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
Toda la mierda.
Fucking Imperials. If they hurt Martha, they'll have the whole rest to answer to.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials descended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all her efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles.
Sí que se ha llevado el Imperio.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Oi, look sharp!
Look. Up ahead. Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
¿Qué es eso?
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria. They fought to defend all her citizens.
The shield was sent too far. Even to the Empire.
mucho a lo de Ramu, Otro ataque en área y esto a una persona.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
Hay una cosa que quería hacer. ¿Me habrán dado más habilidades? No, o sea, no, digo si se podía mejorar esto, pero parece que no. ¿Y esto qué hacía? Ah, vale, el báculo y tiraba rayos, cierto es. Vale.
No. Damn it. I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Hostia.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
¿Qué es eso ahí abajo? ¿Eso que pone ahora de 10 a subir a 20? ¿Qué es? Esa moneda nueva. No sé qué es eso.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
¿Qué es exactamente eso? Pues aquí está la experiencia y tal, pero lo otro, ¿qué coño es? Tengo ni idea entonces eso qué es, esos puntos, tío. Me imagino sea para alguna cosa luego, ¿eh? Que no nos han explicado. Voy a montar ese vídeo que no puedo más. Un calor de mil muertos, tío. La verdad. No sé qué iba yo... Ah, sí. Bueno, nos habíamos quedado justo aquí.
Found her.
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The Cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid, where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
He's gone.
¿Qué hace, tío? Me estoy muriendo, ¿eh?
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Riddick's Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course.
Chiquitín.
Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Yes. ¿Es hambrecita? Un segundo, voy a dar de comer al gatito. Ya estoy. ¿Y eso qué? ¡Hostias! ¡Míralo! ¡Bicho nuevo! ¿Qué hace este? ¡Ojo! ¡Comenzaron las cazas! Escorias. Protagonistas de encontrar terribles enemigos llamados escorias. Aunque supongan todo un reto, derrotaremos a la tela aquí y no sino también. No, hombre, es lo que hemos conseguido. Que también precias materiales para fabricar un equipo mejor del que ya tienes. También puedes subir del combate si no te has preparado. Ah, un talón de anuncios.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Esto se le tiene que ir un poco tandazo, ¿eh? Es coña. La pasta, ¿no? Yo imagino a lo mejor con la pasta vamos a ya conseguir cosas, ¿eh? Porque...
You didn't see that coming.
Mamá. Está guapo, tío. Hola, perrito. Ya te quiero dar amor. Manda un poco para acariciar al perro. Lo acaricia 5 veces, ¿no? Tío, que el oro se acaricia 5 veces.
That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
Imagino que luego cuando vayamos allá me explicarán cómo funciona el tema de el honor ese y tal, ¿no?
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse-breakers.
Uy, ¿y ese más? ¿Qué coño es eso?
Try not to move.
Oi! You there!
Don't just pass me by. You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Well, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
All right.
There's a good
La
lad.
misión esta
Where can I
por
find
Rincón,
these
es que no
chocobos?
entiendo.
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather.
Hostias, va a ser tu
I thought
chocobo.
Ambrosia was one of a kind.
Va a ser Ambrosía.
Speaking of brave birds.
No está, yo creo que no está muerta y
Looks
vamos
like
a verla
they
que le
went that
falta un ojo. Como sea Ambrosía, me parto la polla, ¿eh? ¿Te imaginas que puedes llevar a todo el galo a Ambrosía en el equipo? O a los dos. Está guapo eso, Vamos a estos primero. Vale, he fallado el ataque, no lo Espérate, yo quiero ver el chocobo, Como sea Ambrosía, me parto la polla. Por eso tiene un icono distinto, igual.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
Se han cargado a estos, han restaurado el puente, ya podemos pasar por aquí. Enséñame este ojo, hijo mío. Enséñame este ojo.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen
Bueno,
the last of
enseña,
us,
Creo que
did
tiene el
you?
ojo, creo que no es
You've been
Ambrosía,
bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Sí. Haz magia, hijo mío. Haz magia. ¿Qué pasa, guapo? ¿Y ese pavo de ahí? ¿Y estos pavos? ver, señor, ¿usted qué pasa con usted? Fuerte, ven aquí. ¡Pum! Aquí, ve. Tengo que curiosidad de ver el tema de la pasta, ¿eh? Porque me están dando bastante... Ah, mira, tengo 1000 puntos. Puedo mejorar una vida.
You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy?
Salgate temiendo el ventilador. Es Ambrosía. ¿Tiene la cicatriz?
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Here's
Dios,
it over.
Ambrosía.
I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon.
Pescador.
Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Va a venir conmigo. Va a ser mi siguiente.
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Kiki, yo no sé qué quieres. Va a seguir montura, va a tener montura. Con un parche en el ojo,
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
Ah, a few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old White Hart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos saw my car on the road, didn't you? No. No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
El orgullo y las alas blancas. Chiquis, me estáis tapando la pantalla los dos, Arreglos de Ambrosía. Sí, esta medida para Ambrosía. La firme montura de Clive durante su juventud. Puede ser en el camarote de Clive. Ah, los arreos. Ah, puedes montar en Ambrosía. No jodas. ¿Qué pasa, bonito? Puedo montar a Ambrosía para recorrer juntas hacia la bestia. Para llamarla. Galopar, frenar, remontar.
¡Ya!
Si hay mapas más grandes, que no viene mal. Ahí sí desaparece. Oh, está bien. Vamos a la guarida, ¿no?
Where's Gav?
Va a tirar todo,
I hear there's trouble.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Ya se quedó ciego.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
Hostias.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps.
Vamos a la de hierro, por la madre.
There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Y el rincón del mecenas. Está todo ahí.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Hay cosas nuevas en el bazar.
That broom's as ragged as...
So Mather's all right.
Clive. Oh,
Siempre tengo
same
que
old.
revisar las webs que los envían los aliados para determinados asuntos son apremiantes y cosas pueden esperar. En los viejos tiempos, cuando aún estábamos en la otra guarida, me bastaba yo solo. Ahora, tal y como están las cosas, necesito que Dexy eche una mano. Y eso solo para clasificarlo, resolver los hechos de la historia. Los libertadores se encargan de todo lo que sea urgente, pero no faltan voluntarios que se ocupen del resto. Así que según el tiempo ya sabes que de aquí no me muevo. Cosas raras, cosas de aquí a noche que se me antoja muy lejanas. Perdimos a los compañeros Kenneth, Marcel, jamás lo olvidaremos. Sí, cuando me enteré que había muerto, pensé que se había acabado todo. Pero
He's still with us too.
Todos, cuando agregaste su nombre, nos devolviste la esperanza que habíamos perdido. Mira, lo que quiero decir es que te dejes de ver más a menudo. Guarida no sería nada sencillo. Sí, decir.
Quick look. Think you can help?
¿Y esto qué es?
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friends' donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? Business is busy.
Se puede tomar un respiro, además de organizar las recompensas que recibo, Soto no puede mandarme más tareas, ya sea para escribir, organizar mis números de estolas o redactar misivas. Pero no me cojo, no me gusta escribir, lo que hago siempre Lo hago siempre que puedo desde que Hannah me enseñó en la vieja guarida. Así que nunca fui su mejor estudiante, eso no se lo llevó XVI. No creo que Hannah estaría orgulloso de mí, ni siquiera entre los ojos.
Words are
immortal.
immortal.
De la gente y con ellas recuerda que lo pronunció. O sea, que lo dijo Hannah en su última clase, antes del ataque de Titan. Tenía razón, sus padres me han acompañado desde entonces y me han inspirado a ser quien soy. Seguro que todos los que sobrevivimos sentimos lo mismo, que alguien que perdimos aún sigue a nuestro lado.
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Se lo contaré completar que pillarán a muchos benefactores anónimos en contribuir a la causa de Clive. Para ganar todas las recompensas. O sea, con esto, pagando 15 de reputación, me dan eso.
Here you are.
Ah, que se acumulan. Ah, bueno.
All yours.
Se acumulan bien.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Por fin te veo. ¿Te estaba buscando tu pa?
What's the matter, Nectar?
¿Para qué, Nectar?
The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Sí, ya lo sabía, culpa. Y por eso adicto a tu ayuda. Como ya sabes, soy el más ilustre de los Moudis y no pienso dejar que ninguna criatura fuerte que yo campa sus anchas por ahí. Y ahora, culpa. Quiero que acabes con todos esos monstruos por mí, culpa.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war, the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Gracias, cómo me alegra haber encontrado a alguien que me entienda, culpa. Me quedaré aquí y echaré un vistazo a los secretos que pongan el tablón. Si quieres saber algo más, no te cortes y pregunta, cupa. ¿Alguna vez has hablado de mi experiencia de las tierras allende de la mar? Cupa.
I don't think so.
Claro que no, porque nunca he ido, cupa. Mira estas alas, ¿tú crees que aguantarían un viaje de tantas leguas sobre el mar, cupa? Me llaman Néctar el Bravo, no Néctar el Bobo, cupo. O sea, usando justo aquí, ¿verdad? La estancia extiende con todas las tareas por la comunidad Oscoria. Se acaban anuncios para comprar donde encontrar la recompensa de la silla de ruedas. El ángel de la muerte. Vamos a por este. Está en Vista Clara Sanbreque. Lugar de aparición. Vista Clara Sanbreque. Un mercader de Northbridge ha remitido a un equipo de libertadores de la presencia de una terrífica arpía cerca del camino que ocurre entre la ciudad y el bastión Norwind. Entre la ciudad y el bastión. Pese a que nuestros compañeros no vieron nada al recorrer la senda, sí que se escuchan accidentes y carcajadas en la lejanía. No bajen la guardia si pasen por ahí. Vista Clara Sanbreque. Vista Clara Sanbreque. Uy, pero no puedo ir a ningún sitio. Ah, hijos de puta. Ah, tengo que ir sí o sí aquí, parece ser. A lo menos vamos a ver la misión secundaria esa que hay allá.
legs as ragged as goat's locks.
You think it's alright to touch him?
No sé qué quieres, chiquitín. Ya de comer ya. Tienes agua. ¿Qué más quieres aparte de mimos? ¿Qué quieres, gordo? Qué calor, hoy hace un día de putísima mierda. Nos tengo metido al puesto. Más no puedo hacer. La semana que viene tengo aire acondicionado. ¿Qué quieres, gordo? ¿Qué? ¿Vas a comer aún tu comida tocha? Son las 1 menos 10. No te quedas sin hambre. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Pipí?
It's not
Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Ya, pero ¿qué hacéis?
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Did you come through the forge today?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Está muy pesado tú, no te voy a dar de comer aún. No. ¿Y esto? Ah, vale.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid. Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts. But these beauties are as sweet as you like.
I'll have to pay the boys down in the backyard a visit to tell them thanks.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Las estas secundarias, aunque sean así normalitas, que no tenga nada de hacer, muchas full amplían el lore, entonces está guay. Aunque si lo quieres hacer bien, si no, pues también, ¿sabes? Que tampoco pasa nada, pero que por lo menos si aquí cada haces, amplían el lore. Entonces vas viendo cómo va progresando la guarida, los personajes, eso me gusta.
Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Vale, pues nos vamos a la misión principal.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
Para acabar con todos.
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Yo soy cristal madre. Ah, no, vale, estamos por aquí. Madre mía, luego se apunta bastantes zonas. No me gusta nada la esa.
No mistakes. Saca ahí medio huevo de rápido ataque. ¿Qué va? ¿Que se ha salido de la zona?
run like the wind.
Yo creo que hay por ahí. ¿Cómo se remonta?
You deserve a rest.
¿Por qué? La tumba.
Come on. Yeah.
Pueden meter hostias a la gente, ¿sabes? Para explorar, para buscar los bichos de las cajas y no va a venir muy bien esto,
Don't get surrounded.
Hay un poblado y por aquí no se puede pasar tampoco. Vale, pues nada, vámonos a donde tenemos que ir.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Thought they were loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
No te voy a dar de comer, que te falta un 20
What business
minutos,
could the Black
gordo.
Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Welcome, stranger.
Ah, de Gaia.
I suppose we'll be seeing you again.
Ya no te voy a dar de comer. Muy pronto. ¿Cuántas hambre tienes? Nos está dando mucho por culo. Vamos un segundo, vamos a darle de comer. Porque si es que si no, no va a callar. Va a estar llorando todo el rato. Que sí, que ya vamos. Un segundito. Venga, va. Vamos a comer. Voy a darle de comer ahora. Estoy por aquí. 19 horas llevo. No me llevo ni a 20, tú.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The black shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a black shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a black shield myself. That's a fair old scar.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a black shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Chalupa. Oh, por aquí, okay.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Oh, yes.
Company.
Elephants the auditory. We'll see more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking you? The mother crystal's collapse.
Bad idea. We're not going to like it.
You made it look easy.
It's over!
¿Qué es esto? Ah, un cofre. No sé, minotauro. ¿Qué es eso? Ay, mierda, me había olvidado. Habilidades. Hasta que ponga dominadas porque ya no se pueden mejorar. Igual que esta me gusta mucho.
More of my mother's men.
Waken, wake! Farewell.
Muy guapa la zona, no sé, a mí me mola, tío. Ay, me dieron. Coño, una trampa. Aquí hay sangre.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Demasiada pasta, ¿eh?
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Y de ahí vamos a abrir el puente, ¿verdad? Se va a liar, se va a caer.
Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
¿Isolde dónde estaba?
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road. No, you didn't hear nothing.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us
Eso
passage.
para ir a Rosalía, entiendo, ¿no?
Our homes.
How am I to sell my weapons?
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
I'm hungry.
Qué ganaste me mata a la madre, te lo juro. Cangrejitos.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. All right. Farewell.
Prohibido el paso del pueblo ese.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-rinsed dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, get enough
Fuck off! Hang it, chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth?
Back to your style!
We'll cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
distrito Lázaro.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Bueno, voy a pasar aquí, ¿eh? Sí. Digo, si no me dejaban saltar tanto, era por algo.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
¿Quién es? ¡Hostia! ¡No me jodas! ¿Este es este? ¿Pero no murió?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is.
¿Es este? Sí.
So wait.
Yo creía que este sí que había palmado por el fuego.
We can speak inside.
Cojones, tío. El otro sí que fue calcinado. Claro, el otro también vimos que murió, pero este no. Este no vimos antes si estuvo calcinado o algo. O sea, se salvó por los pelos.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord. But in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
So Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
No creo que su hijo sea
So do we.
Bahamut, ¿no?
Make ready.
Me parecía joven, pero no creo.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
You're telling me that's the orange juice?
What is it you require? I will be here should you need aught else. You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
Ah, eso sí que son bastante más caros, la verdad. Hostia puta, estos productos. Las cosas ya son más caras, ¿sabes?
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
Sir Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Vale. Por historia no me dejan irme por ahí, o sea que hay que ir justo.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Sideways.
Come along now.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
More dragons! Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
To me, Flame!
Hostia, un dragón.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Bastante, me he puesto a preocupar más en reventarle el orto que en ver en lo que me estaba dando, ¿sabes?
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
¿Eh? Las dos. No tengo hambre, la verdad. No. Antes sí, ahora ya no. Oye, hemos llegado al puerto.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well.
Es un bujo, algo, no veo el arma.
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
Cabrón, puta.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Hasta le pasa algo.
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Ahora van a preparar el barco durante 3 días, entonces tengo que volver para acá. Pero básicamente nos vamos a ir aquí, al monte este, a reventar la piedra esta.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear?
There are new billets being posted every...
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Look, normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. We'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you. All yours.
Ah, el anillo bárbaro.
All done?
Me llama la atención, Voy a ponerme este. A ver si me dan puntos rápido, A mí los orbes no me llama mucho la atención, la verdad. Y esto sí que es cierto que hace mucho daño, pero claro, la carga no me mola mucho. Voy a pegar un guardado. Ah, pues no son las horas. Yo creo que eran las horas. Pues son extraño, claro, son las 2. Claro, ayer parecía luego las horas porque eran las 7, las 8 y tal. Pues no sabría decir cuánto llevo de juego, la verdad. En ningún sitio lo dice exactamente, sería una putada eso. Pues voy a ir un momentito a la comida y vengo enseguida, un segundo. Vamos a seguir un ratito mientras se pone el agua.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Ingredients.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Se pueden comprar estas en mercaderes.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen. Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe? Cairnorthern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
La cosa que creo que no podemos viajar a otro sitio. Ah, pues sí, ya me dejan. Claro, porque nada más que nos piremos ya... Olvídate. Aquí está. Puerta oeste del bastión Norben, en Sambreque. Puerta oeste del bastión. ¿Sí le he dado? Puerta. Bueno, voy a ver otra vez porque se me ha ido la cabeza. Puerta oeste del bastión Norben. Puerta oeste del bastión Norben. Es Sambreque. Puerta oeste. Sambreque. Sambreque, ¿dónde está eso, tío? Te pone que hay escorias también. Y aquí hay dos escorias. Ah, en todos sitios hay escorias. Sambreque. A ver. Y los nombres, tío, me pueden, ¿eh? Puerta oeste de Norben. Oeste de Norben. puerta oeste enorme. La puerta este, la puerta este, pero la puerta oeste, ¿dónde coño está? ¿Será esto? La puerta oeste de aquí. Claro, es que por aquí esto es nuevo, por aquí no he estado, ¿eh? Vamos a ir para allá.
¿Cómo va la comida?
A ver.
Keep them pilchers nice and chill.
Look at this place.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Vamos a intentar ir a donde yo dije, a ver. Por ahí yo no fui. Un momento.
Thanks, girl.
Bicho este, no sé qué buscaba. Sí, era este. Pues vamos a pillarlo ya de paso que estamos aquí. Por no fijarle, macho. Hasta luego, baby. Ya sí que da pasta, Puta madre.
Rest well. I know I will.
Ready, go?
Era por aquí. No, por este bosque que no hemos ido, por eso. ¿Será por ahí? Sí, mira, puerta oeste del este. El bastión. Vale, pues entonces, bueno, te pega aquí y vamos para allá.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tailor all but...
O los cristales, otra cosa que me di cuenta, que cada cristal lo llaman algo del dragón, en plan la cola del dragón, así la zarpa del dragón, que eso no sé qué, o sea, como que los cristales, como que, pues según ellos, como que provienen de un dragón sagrado o algo por el estilo.
No here.
¿Me dejarán coger aquí montura, justo aquí? Aquí sí. Ahí
Ready,
un poquito
go?
más rápido.
Run like the wind.
All right.
Este es el bastión donde hicimos una misión principal. El grifo tiene que estar por un lado aquí. Ah, claro, porque el puente no lo llegamos a cruzar. Hostia, con el pollo. Con el poquito.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Mira, ahí está. Hasta luego. Es mucha pasta lo que dan, ¿eh? Y muchos materiales. Ah, un artesano, ¿no?
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Bueno, lo que sí que voy a hacer es guardar porque voy a hacer la comida y a comer. Y ya luego más y mejor. Así que nada, para la grabación y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo.